Hi folks, today we're going to take a look at LIA, where he decides to go to the Connecticut State Trooper Training Academy to try to get Officer Brian Fahey's post-certification revoked. But before we start today's video, as always, a big thank you to all of my current and new channel members and subscribers. Without all of you, I couldn't keep the channel going, so I thank you all personally from the bottom of my heart. And a quick word from today's sponsor. Today's sponsor is Aura. We spend more time and more time online. We need to keep our data safe. This is where today's sponsor, Aura, comes in. Aura is an all-in digital security and credit monitoring app. Aura gives you 24-hour monitoring, parental controls, scam call protection, and most importantly, identity protection. And why is that last one important? Some websites and apps ask you to verify your identity by sending in a photo of your ID. A few weeks ago, the app T was hacked, where that information was leaked. But Aura can also remove that data from data brokers who sell your data without you knowing. Take a look for yourself what Aura has done for me. What you're seeing is all the websites that data brokers have sold my data to that I was unaware of. Some of these are pending, and some of these websites, I was like,
what the hell is even that?
Aura is offering you a free 14-day trial that you can cancel at any time by simply clicking my link at aura.com/NCR or scanning the QR. Make sure you keep your data safe by using my link. That's aura.com/NCR or scan my QR code and start today with your free 14-day trial. You can cancel at any time. That's aura.com/NCR for your free 14-day trial. Thank you again to Aura for sponsoring today's video, and don't forget to sign up for your free 14-day trial. It's a great way to put an end to spam calls, junk mail, and to protect your personal data. And it's also a great way to help support the channel. With all that being said, let's enjoy today's video.
Is the Connecticut State Police Training Academy, which houses the Connecticut Police Officer Standards and Training Council. We are here today in Meriden, Connecticut, to submit a revocation complaint for the certification of former Sergeant Brian Fahey. As
well, good luck with it.
We all have seen, he's engaged in egregious misconduct.
I should get to work, is that what you're telling me?
If you're busy.
We're gonna have a problem between you and I. I'm not the one. Oh, you wanted to stand there and hold your cell phone in my face is what you wanted to do.
Stop pushing me. I'm trying to get in. I'm trying to get in the building.
You can't come in the building. You have no business here.
I do have business here. Stop acting like a savage. What are you doing?
Before I arrest you.
Get that gun out of your hand,
goddamn
psycho.
Connecticut State Trooper.
I don't care who you are.
Trespassing
I don't care
on
who you are.
Fucking property.
I don't care who you are.
Get off my fucking property.
I don't care who you are.
Right now.
You spit in my face.
Get off my property right now.
You're going to jail now.
Criminal misconduct, and he needs to be held accountable, and he needs to have his certification revoked so he is never a law enforcement officer in the state of Connecticut again.
There's that good old-fashioned LIA journalism. Putting things out there with no context only to gather shock and value and outrage. I mean, you're leaving out crucial information from all those video clips, like the one from 2021. When you actually did insult and tried to provoke a confrontation after being told multiple times prior to Sergeant Brian Fahey coming out to speak to you. Then the second clip where they told you that you didn't have business in there and you kept trying to force your way in and then signed in under a fake name. And that last clip of you going to Brian Fahey's house, you admitted you don't care who he is. You still trespass onto private property just to prove a point, to try to get a got you question, even though you knew you had no reason or authority to be at his property.
So I looked up the address. This is where that training council is apparently located. So we're going to go inside, ask some questions, see if we can submit this complaint here, as long as with all the evidence we have. I have a USB flash drive. I even brought my nifty press pass here. So let's get into it.
This one? Thank you. Appreciate it.
Really? They just had that door open.
Really? Yeah, they saw me coming, huh?
Third time's a charm? Yeah, she's done. Thank you. How are you doing? You look familiar. Yeah.
I got it, thank you. Hey, how are you, ma'am?
Good, how are
Where's
you?
the POSTC office?
That I don't know. Give me 1 second.
Sure.
You got no on recording. You guys
I'm sorry?
recording?
Yeah, I'm just here to see the commission.
Okay. Okay, you got the sign though here. Hold on.
Right. That's not a law, ma'am. I just wanted to see the commission.
It doesn't matter if it's a law or not. The building's policy states that there is no recording of audio or video inside of there. And if you choose not to cooperate with the policy of this building, they can ask you to stop or to leave. And if you refuse, then you'd be subject to trespassing. This is a problem with all frauditors. They happen to believe just because a place is owned or operated by the government that they have no right to set rules and policies that they don't like. Well, it's well established that the government has the right to control their property, and especially seeing as this is a non-traditional public forum where time, place, and manner can be limited to the harshest degree. If he doesn't shut off his camera and stop recording, he could be trespassed.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll need
Hold on.
to get one of the troopers down here.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, no problem. I'll be right here. So it looks like they have some training session going on.
Right there.
So this is the Connecticut State Police Training Academy. This is where officers like former Sergeant Brian Fahey learn to be tyrant.
This is such a crock of shit.
And lie. Creative writing is a big course here at the Connecticut State Police Training. Creative writing. To put it nicely, creative writing. So this is the commissioner here. Let's take a look. Ronald Higgins is in the middle. Colonel Daniel Loftman, who issued the statement saying that the internal affairs report was accurate, unbiased, complete, as opposed to my edited, deceiving videos.
The Colonel's right. That video was highly edited. Not to mention, you left out crucial information. For example, your video perspective shows us of you walking on the driveway to go to Fahey's front door. But we don't see the private road signs in your perspective. We see that in your cameraman's perspective when you were being escorted off the property by Fahey. When Fahey made claims that there have been threats made against him, you deny that. Even though you did a live stream a year ago saying to your followers not to make threats to Brian Fahey, when they can produce evidence of that you called fake. Yeah, you have a narrative that is anti-cop, but you don't hide that bias. You let it be seen by everybody. How can you call yourself fair and balanced and transparent when you lie in your video editing and you lie about your entire agenda?
So I do have a new cameraman, my old cameraman, obviously, from being unjustly arrested. He decided that he didn't want to tag along anymore. I don't blame him. So I have the one and only Leroy Truth from Leroy Truth Investigations.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
He also does not have a hood or a mask, as the Connecticut State Police wanted to say in their report here. So we're here today to submit a complaint with the POSTC, Connecticut Police Officer Standards and Training Council. Here's the report here, here's the complaint here. We're trying to speak to somebody to get former Sergeant Brian Fahey's certification to be a law enforcement officer here in the state of Connecticut revoked. As we've all seen, over millions of people have witnessed. Brandished a firearm, spat in my face. You can see over here in the auditorium, they are conducting a training session right there. Again, we're here to... Hey, sir, who are you?
No, who are you?
Who are you, sir?
Who are you?
You came to speak to me.
Who are you? You have your credentials on?
Yeah,
How'd you get in the front door?
Oh, I was let in, sir. Who
By
are
who?
you? Who are you, sir?
By who?
Who are you, sir?
By who?
I don't know anybody's name. Nobody wants to give me their names
All right.
like you.
You need to exit this is a secured building. You need to exit the building immediately. There is no videotaping. There's a sign right there. It says no audio or videotaping it at all. You need to exit the building
That's not a law. This is
you need to exit the building immediately.
Right, but I'm here to see a public office.
Exit the building immediately.
Am I
This is
in
not a public office.
Am I in the wrong
This is-
space? Is this where the Connecticut Police Officer Standards and Training Council
This
is?
is not it. No. Goodbye.
Yeah, this is where it is. Sir. Do you mind if I get your name before I leave, sir?
No, you can leave.
Sawyer?
Good. Out the door.
But
This is a secured building.
This is where the Connecticut
This is
Police
a secured
Officer,
building. You are not allowed in here. It says it right in there. No audio, no recording. Goodbye.
Connecticut Police
Have a
Officer
good day.
Standards and Training Council.
Have a good day.
Is that where this office is?
Have a good day.
Sir, I'm not a threat to you. I'm a journalist. I'm asking questions. I wanted to submit this complaint.
Have a good day.
Go.
I
I am in the process of leaving, but I'm asking some questions.
Good. You can keep walking. We're not answering any questions. Have a good day.
Sir, this is where the Connecticut Police Officer Standards and Training Council is, correct?
From the outside.
Yeah, good.
All you want.
You
Right.
can film right in front of, and that's
All right, I'm out of the building now.
That's fine.
This is the address where
All
I
the
got.
way out.
I am out of the building.
So we can
sir.
close the door, sir.
Thank you.
This is a secured facility. This is a secure building. This is not.
It's not so secure if I got
Yes,
here.
it is.
right?
Shenanigans.
Na.
Shenanigans.
Na.
And we're calling shenanigans, folks, on a few things here. First off, Sean knows he's not supposed to audio and video record inside the building, and he never asked for anybody's name or permission to do so. Secondly, he knows he's in the wrong location. He can see that this is the police academy. And if there was an administrative building, he would need to go there, not to the training academy itself. Thirdly, Sean knows this is a secured building. When he tried to enter the building, and all three doors were locked. He only got in because somebody opened the door for somebody who was delivering a package and somebody who was supposed to be there for training, and he just went in behind them, even though the female staffer who was there told him to wait and that he couldn't record. He chose to ignore that and continue to do so. This is the problem with Sean. We see in his video here that he edited out something. Then he says he doesn't edit out his videos and he has true transparency. But yet he will not accept when they tell him a policy of the building because it goes against his wishes. And he wants to make it all about himself. And let's not forget, he is trying to stay inside the building after they've told him to get out of the way so they can close the door.
If I walked in,
Doesn't matter.
Close the door now, sir. Okay, thank you.
You see the
Sir,
key code?
where
You get a
is-
key code to get in?
I didn't enter a key code.
Hi, guys.
Excuse me, sir. Do you know where the Connecticut Police Officer Standards and Training Council gives this address and it says it's open to the public from 9 to 4, sir?
So this building isn't open to general public.
But this is. Do you know where the Training Council is, sir? Excuse me. Oh, that was a warm welcome. So just to be clear, the Connecticut Police Officer Standards and Training Council, the complaint for verifications of said certification, I looked it up online, and I was told to come here, 285 Preston Avenue, Meriden, Connecticut. It said that it was open from 9 to 4 to submit a complaint. That's what I was trying to do. They said it's a secure building. We walked right in without any issues. I mean, I don't really get it. It has a sign literally for visitors over here.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Administrative assistant. I'm gonna have to get my cell phone, or do you have your phone on you, Leroy?
Yeah, I do.
Do you mind if I use it? Well, wasn't that a warm welcome?
That was bizarre. I mean,
Very
aggressive.
weird.
Very, very aggressive, too.
What aggression? I mean, they were telling you in a firmer tone to get out of the building because it's a secure building and you're not even in the right place to file your complaint. This is the academy where people come to become law enforcement officers, where they have to do their trainings, where they have to do the seminars that they need to keep their post certifications. Why not call the number on the door for the administration when you first got there? You could have easily said, hey, am I in the right place? Oh, no, you need to go so many blocks down or go to this particular part of the building. Instead, you chose to go in there. Yes, they were firm and a bit coarse with you. That's because you weren't cooperating when they asked you to step outside and stop recording. But are you even in the right place? Are you even eligible to file a complaint or a request to have Fahey's post-certification revoked? Those are questions that we need answers to.
By the way, what happened to your other cameraman?
My other cameraman, I now have Leroy Truth from Leroy Truth Investigations here. So he also does not have a hood and a mask, as the state police were saying. They falsely stated in the report that my cameraman had a mask and a hood. There were so many false statements made in the Internal Affairs report, it'll make your head spin. And Colonel Daniel Loffman, the commanding officer of the Connecticut State Police, thought that it was a fair, accurate depiction of what happened and gave a lot of context. You know, it gave context, but just false context. You know, his department are liars.
Why must you turn my office into a house of lies?
That's what they are. So again, my cameraman obviously does not want to engage in these sort of journalistic activities anymore. He's actually traumatized seeing a therapist over this entire scenario. So Leroy here, he's got the heart of a lion, and as you can see, why he'd be scared. We walked into a public building. They say it's restricted, but they opened the door for us. They had no problems with it.
Again, that's not accurate, Sean, and you call yourself a journalist. They opened the door for somebody who was supposed to go in there and someone who was delivering packages. You just walked in behind them. And even when they told you that you were not allowed to record, you still chose to do so. We can see that all three doors were locked. We can see that there is a pin pad that you would have to put a code in to unlock the doors to gain access. That is a secured and restricted building. If you don't understand that, how can you say you're being truthful and accurate, even though you've seen similar doors in other government buildings and you've acknowledged the fact that when they've had keypads that the doors were locked, that it was a restricted area and you weren't supposed to be in? This is the police academy. It's a non-traditional public forum. You don't have a right to record inside the building. You can record outside like they told you. But you're not even in the right place to file your complaint, and you know this. How do I know that? Because I actually Googled the location of where to go to file a complaint for the head office.
Apparently, I mean, it wasn't restricted. We got in. How did we get there? They always say it's restricted, you know, and then we just walked in. We were let in by an employee here. And again, this is the address I get. I wanted to make a complaint with the Connecticut POSTC, the training council, to revoke former Sergeant Brian Fahey's certification. And apparently that office doesn't exist. I mean, we'll see. Let's call the administrator right now. Hey, I'm just recording for quality assurance and transparency. Ma'am, I am trying to speak to somebody from the POSTC council. I was told that it's here at the State Police Academy. I'm looking to speak to somebody regarding submitting a complaint for revocation of an officer's certification per Connecticut General Statute. I was told that I can do that, submit a complaint here. So I'm just outside and I wanted to figure out what was that process.
Oh, okay. So, what is your name, please?
Sure, my first name is Sean Paul, Seanpaul. That's one word, ma'am. And then my last name is Reyes, Reyes.
Okay, so you're out front and you want to submit a...
Yeah, I have documentation, a flash drive. Just, I saw the complaint form on your website. It says you guys were open, at least I don't know if you work for the POSTC, but it says the office was open from, I believe, 9 to 4. So I just wanted to stop by here and submit the complaint per the Connecticut General Statute that allows for that.
Okay, so normally we're not open to the public. Our headquarters is open to the public in Middletown, but I could certainly reach out to the executive director and see how we
Yeah, what's the proper way? Yeah, it wasn't very clear online.
So much for being a journalist. I mean, you didn't even verify if you're in the right location. You just probably Googled Connecticut Police Standards and Training Commission and went to the first place that you found online. Instead of actually looking for the actual headquarters, you chose to find the first location, which is here at the police academy, And without verifying if this is the right place to go to file your complaint, not only did you waste your own time, but you wasted money that you're probably going to have to try to recoup by e-begging and saying that you need it to help fight your cause and tyranny. But you're not fighting tyranny. You're not fighting anything. You're pushing an agenda and a narrative of anti-cop hate because you broke the law. Your cameraman and you were arrested for trespassing, breach of the peace, and felony voyeurism with malice. Because you trespassed onto private property, you caused a disturbance, and you did not have permission to film on their property because they had the expectation of privacy. Sean, why didn't you Google the actual location to file the complaint? Or was this just your whole plan, to go to the wrong place, to cause a scene, and to make it seem like they're trying to hide something or be corrupt?
But I know there is a statute that provides for a member of the public submitting a complaint for investigation by the POSTC, the Training Council. So I just want whatever authority that statute has. When I Googled your office, it didn't come back. It came back to this office here in Meriden, at the police academy.
Now, we're going to jump ahead in the video due to the fact that Sean is at the wrong location to the point where he gets to the right location in the video to speak to somebody about his complaint.
I'm looking for you for the POSTC.
My name is Tom Wider. I'm the executive director of the Connecticut Police Academy.
Oh, okay. Nice to meet you, sir. My name is Sean. Nice to meet you. And your name, ma'am?
Jessica.
Jessica? Nice to meet you, Jessica. Yes. So I'm here. Thank you for your card. Yeah. So I'm here just to speak with somebody. When I Googled the POSTC, the Connecticut State Police Training Council, it brought me here. And per Connecticut General Statute, I wanted to file a complaint against a former police sergeant, Brian Fahey, for his conduct while he was a state police officer. I brought some documents and some evidence to submit. I'm not a lawyer, but I looked at there's a mechanism via the Connecticut General Statutes to submit that complaint directly to the POSTC, the Training Council. Are you familiar with that?
Well, sure, of course we are.
Okay, I don't know, sir.
we don't accept revocation requests from the general public. We only accept revocation requests for chief law enforcement officials of law enforcement units in Connecticut.
Okay, the statute doesn't allow a member of the public to submit a complaint?
That's not what he said. He said you could file a complaint. It's just that they do not take requests for officers' revocation from the public. You would have to go and have that done by a police chief or a high up in the police agency for the officer that you're trying to get their post certifications revoked. In this case, if Sergeant Fahey had did something that would require his post certification to be revoked, the colonel for the Connecticut State Police would have to file that. Sean is a member of the public. He is not qualified or have the authority to request that Officer Fahey loses his post certification. Now, again, he can file a complaint on his conduct. And Sergeant Fahey, who is currently retired now, who was punished for conduct unbecoming of a Connecticut State Trooper, has already been punished, but nothing he did warrant to have his post certification revoked.
Well, you can submit a complaint. This is not, the Post Council, the Post Academy is not an investigative body per se. So if there was a revocation request to be submitted here, it would come from a chief law enforcement official from a law enforcement unit.
But it doesn't specifically state that in the statute from what I'm, from the way I'm familiar,
the Post Council has policy on who they will request from. That is actually,
so it's an internal policy.
It's a Post Council. Post Council is an appointed body.
Okay. Can I describe the law here? The actual. I just want to show you something. I left it over here. Sorry. Sort of make sure we're talking about the same thing. So I was submitting the complaint pursuant to Connecticut General Statute 7-294D.
Yes.
That's the same statute we're talking about.
Yes.
And I would just give some. So your internal policy at the Training Council does not allow for a member of the public to submit a complaint against an officer for conduct unbecoming that would.
Right. So. Oh, I mean, if we're talking about a complaint per se, right, not revocation, we don't investigate complaints against officers. We frequently receive complaints here from the public because they think this might be a landing spot to send them. We refer them typically back to the agency where an officer is employed. If we're talking about revocations, again, it's the post council's standing policy that they only accept revocation requests from the chief law enforcement official for law enforcement unit, which is typically the chief of police or
in this case, the colonel,
right,
the commanding officer,
the colonel of the state police is the chief law enforcement official,
the colonel, Daniel Loftman. Okay, but there's no mechanism for dealing with you guys directly, because the colonel, the chief law enforcement officer for the Connecticut State Police, he issued an internal affairs report. He signed off on an internal affairs report about this incident, but it's full of inaccuracies and false statements. And I was reading the statute, and it doesn't provide for the complaint has to come from a chief law enforcement officer.
Yes, that's not in the law, but also it's not in the law that the public can request somebody to have their post certification revoked or denied. Now, there are requirements in there that state that would constitute somebody not getting their post certifications renewed, restored, and just having them revoked. If Sergeant Fahey was convicted of a violent crime or a felony, then yes, he could have his post certification revoked. If he was found not guilty of a mental disease or defect or had failed a drug test, then yes, he could have his status revoked. But nothing in the Internal Affairs report or in that video would constitute him to have his post certification revoked. The only person who could request that would be the colonel of the Connecticut State Troopers. The Internal Affairs report stated that Sergeant Fahey failed to represent the highest standards that all Connecticut State Troopers must hold themselves to. That's why he was suspended for 5 days without pay. He's no longer a law enforcement officer. He is retired. But Sean, you're wanting to push this to a point where it's clear that you have a vendetta. You're not going to be happy, your own words, until he's no longer a law enforcement officer. Well, he's not. He's retired. What do you want from him? Do you want him to be in poverty? Do you want him to just, not be a cop? Well, he's already doing that.
Well, first of all, I can't speak for Colonel Lockman or process. No comment on that. But again, this is the policy here at the Academy. It's the policy established by the Post Council, which has authority over certification, decertification, revocation.
And the Post Council is made up of
22 appointed people. 7294 outlines all of the appointments and where they have to come from to be considered for an appointment.
Okay, so it's 22 individuals. Are they law enforcement individuals?
I believe 8 of them are chiefs of police. The governor of our state has a lot of the appointments.
Okay.
Members of the General Assembly, Senator Pro Tem has an appointment. It's all listed in the statute.
Okay.
Now we're almost done with Sean's crazy train of trying to get Sergeant Fahey's post certification revoked. So he now goes to the Division of Criminal Justice to try to speak to the Inspector General to see if he would put in the request to have Sergeant Fahey's post certification revoked. So let's take a look at that.
Inspector General's office, I was told, is here.
They are not in this office.
No?
They have the protected address. Okay.
Inspector General?
Yes. Hold on. We'll get you the on-call inspector for the day because they'll be able to help you.
Okay, thanks. Appreciate it. Hey, how are you, sir? My name is Sean Paul Reyes. What's your name?
We'll check. Inspector Perone.
Inspector Perone. Thank you, sir. Perone. Excuse me. So I went to the Connecticut Police Officer Standards Training Council. I was looking to, part of the Connecticut General Statute 729 4D, to submit a complaint that would revoke certification of a law enforcement officer. So I was recently attacked by a law enforcement officer.
That's cap. Totally cap. That means lie.
Former sergeant, he now is retired, former sergeant, but he was an active duty Connecticut State Police officer, former Sergeant Brian Fahey. So I wanted to submit a complaint against him. I had some documents here. They told me to come speak to the Inspector General's office. Do you guys work out of that office? Yeah. You guys are just...
This is the Chief State's Attorney's office.
Right, but this is the address that's given for the Inspector General.
I can take whatever you want and turn it in, or you can scan it.
email it or you can mail it. Whatever you like.
Is the inspector general like under his chief state's attorney? Like, is that, or is it like a separate agency? Like, I know his name's
under the same
Judge
umbrella.
Elliott or something like that. He was just appointed in July 1st. But it's under the same umbrella as the Division of Criminal Justice.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. See, this is for the
For a complaint.
yeah, for the chief state's attorney, though. Office of the chief state's attorney.
Yeah, we don't want it for the inspector general.
Is his office here?
No.
His office isn't here. The inspector general. Okay. Yeah, if you want.
I put it in an envelope, we can get it.
Yeah.
Put his name on it if you want.
Yeah, that'd be great.
We can get you an envelope.
Yeah, sure. I have flash drive too.
Oh, yeah, whatever you want to put. You can seal it up and then.
Perfect.
A few minutes later.
Yeah, that's fine. Perfect.
You want to put it in there?
Yeah.
And, with a marker, you put the name of who you want it to, and we'll get it through the inter-office mail and get it to where it's got to go.
Perfect. Big envelope.
Didn't know how much stuff that.
I appreciate it.
So you get a memory stick too? You want to throw it in there?
Yeah, I just want to throw in a flash drive with some video evidence.
You want to seal it? So you just
Yeah, just gonna put this back in.
Yeah. We'll get it in the inter-office mail and put it to Rick's better go. Prescott. Last name.
Prescott.
He was just appointed, correct?
Yes, sir.
July 1st. So
this.
perfect.
How's that, Frank? Anything else we can do for you?
Thank you, gentlemen. No, that's it.
All right.
Appreciate all the help today.
No worries. Have a great day.
All right, take care.
And we're going to end it here, folks. Sean did get his stuff sent over to the Inspector General's office, but there was no word as of yet if they are going to take his claims to have Officer Brian Fahey's post-certification revoked or put on inactive status permanent. Clearly, this is just a vendetta from Sean. There was no real source of journalism here. Everything was heavily edited on his end, and he keeps denying the simple facts of what really happened the day that he was arrested at Sergeant Fahey's home. He keeps denying that he was trespassing. He keeps denying that his video was edited. He keeps saying that the Internal Affairs report was biased, when even though it wasn't, and Sergeant Fahey was suspended. So if you guys like this video, please like, share, subscribe, leave a thumbs up and a comment because it helps with the algorithm. Don't forget to check out my second channel, the podcast, and don't forget to sign up for your free trial of Aura. With all that being said, be well, be safe, and I will see you guys next time. And a special thank you to all members of the news team. Without all of your support, I couldn't keep the channel going. So I want to thank you all personally from the bottom of my heart. You guys mean the world to me, and I can never thank you enough.